But let's talk about the National Science and Maths quiz. Remember, we have a live quiz on the show this morning. I've got some questions on our History Friday. If you're a follower of the National Science and Maths quiz, then you can answer the very simple questions that I have. But here's a wrap of events for the week. First, we're linking up with Maxwell Agbagba. Good morning, Maxwell.
Good morning, Mama V.
Oh, Maxwell, listen, I have a confession. I really miss you.
I miss you more, Mama
V. No, you don't miss me more. You miss the Akmala more.
Maybe I should do some push-ups for you, you know?
Oh, you can? Maxwell, listen. I wasn't going to put you on the spot. In fact, I have closed my mind on the push-up. But you know you brought this onto yourself. Please, who is your camera technician there? Who is your camera technician? Maxwell, go back.
My camera technician. But I really would want to do
Maxwell,
this after the update.
No. Maxwell, go back, put the microphone down. The number to beat.
I promise. I'll do this after the updates. You know. If I do it now, I'll be panting throughout the update. So let me finish and then give you like 80 press up. Yeah. I'll do 80 for you.
Listen,
80, yeah.
I know your tricks. Don't tell me after the update that the number you're calling cannot be reached.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. 80 straight.
Look at him. He's even upping it. Even Tekkai is saying 80. But Maxwell, listen, you were in the Eastern region. You went to OT and Volta. What's happening? What has been happening this whole week?
Well, we've seen some very interesting contests. Also, we've noticed a trend, in a lot of the places that we've visited. And shortly, I'll be coming to that. But today happens to be the last day for the preliminary rounds. And we are ending here in the Volta OT zone. So the next time you're hearing about the National Science and Maths quiz, we're starting with the 1/8 stage of the competition, where it gets very competitive, where a lot of hearts, will be broken. So today's contest will be the last for the day, for the preliminary round of competition. Then we progress to the 1/8 stage. But yesterday here at the Nat Hall, we had Sunrise Senior High School. We also had Vakpo Senior High School and Adidome Senior High School. In the first contest, Sunrise Senior High School won that particular contest. And some history about Sunrise Senior High School. They made their first appearance at the National Science and Maths quiz in the year 2018, and they came with a bang. They beat Opoku Wari School to qualify to the next stage of the competition, and that shocked a lot of people, actually. That was the first time a lot of people got to know about Sunrise. Rebecca, our colleague Becky in the studio, her, former school, they did that. And in the regional competition, they qualified. They beat Dabala SHS, Some SHS, and then Hohoi EP SHS to qualify to the national prelims. And in the national prelims also, they've now qualified to the 1/8 stage of the competition. So Sunrise Senior High School, yesterday in the first contest, they beat Vakpo Senior High School and Adidome Senior High School. Let me jump to the third contest. The third contest had Ola Girls SHS. We also had OT SHTS, and then we had Kajabi Asato SHS. Now, Ola Girls, the shocking thing is that in the regional competition, before they qualified for the national competition, they actually won their contest with a 39-point gap. So a lot of people were expecting them to give Kajabi Asato and then OTSHES a beating of their life. That is what, we were told by the people who gathered in here. But that did not happen. They managed to qualify to the 1/8 stage with just 27 points, one of the lowest that, we've seen in the preliminary round of competition. And that even prompted the quiz mistress, Mrs. Gladys Shinga, to admonish admonish them to make sure that they prepare adequately, for the 1/8 stage of the competition, because there it gets very competitive, and scores like 27 would definitely not, see you through. So that's a shocking thing about Ola Girls SHS who. Now, the second contest, we had Mauli School, and then Chito SATS, and then Jojapenyi SHS. Mauli School won with 39 points. Now, again, in the regional qualifiers, Mauli School won with 54 points. Before qualifying to the national competition, the contest, they won with 54 points. But this time, a significant drop to 39 points to qualify to the 1/8 stage of the competition. What we've observed so far is that we are seeing a drop in the points that the schools got in the regional competition and what they are getting now in the national competition. You would say that it is competitive at this level. But one thing you cannot rule out, and even some of the teachers we've interacted with have told us that it possibly could be as a result of the pandemic. Many of them we spoke to said they were really uncertain about the National Science and Maths quiz happening, so their studies took a nosedive. The enthusiasm with which they started, took a nosedive. So they were really uncertain. So the preparations also possibly affected. A lot of them also I spoke to told me that face-to-face interaction was not really possible during the lockdown period. So a lot of them were doing it via online, and sometimes the internet wasn't too good and all of that. So these are some of the excuses or explanations, I should say, the schools are coming up with, which they say possibly account for the low results that they are scoring. But today, another big school here in the Volta region, arguably, Bishop Herman College, they will be contesting, and they will be coming up against Anglo SHS and then Bueman SHS. Now, in the regional competition, Biheko scored 67 points to qualify to the national stage. And the second place school, Jolo SHS, they had 5 points, and then Agotime SHS, they had 0 points. So really, we're waiting to see how Bishop Herman College is going to perform, in this contest. We're definitely going to compare their results at the regional competition and what they'll be getting here at the national prelims, Mama V.
All right, Maxwell, but when you say 0, like got 0 point, and you're saying it with that emphasis, like they didn't put any effort in, I don't think it's fair, especially when I throw a challenge at you and you give me all sorts of excuses. but Maxwell, listen, it's our trivial history, okay? It's our trivial history. So you either choose. Don't listen. I can see you. Hello, the connection.
Hello. I can't really hear you.
No,
the audio is, I don't know. I can't really hear you.
You can hear me loud and clear. Your feed is as clear.
Can we reconnect?
We can't reconnect. We're here. We're staying. Okay, Maxwell, listen, I'll ask you my first question, okay? Maxwell.
Okay.
Just listen. Stop giving me excuses. We have a Zoom ID if you want to take part in this challenge right now, which is the quiz segment on our Trivial Friday. I've got some questions to ask you. Just join our Zoom meeting right now on the National Science and Maths quiz, especially if you've been following, because it's a History Friday. Maxwell, first question. Whilst we wait for our friends to join us on Zoom
how many questions are you asking me, Mama?
I'm the quiz mistress. Don't ask me questions. Maxwell, first question. Which girls' school made it to the semifinals of the National Science and Maths quiz in 2019? Which girls' school made it to the semifinals of the National Science and Maths quiz in 2019?
Wege.
I'll give you another opportunity to change your answer.
Oh, really?
Are you confident about the answer? Are you confident about it?
I am more than confident.
Okay. All right.
So I'm not changing it.
Okay. Question 2. No, let me give you okay. Can you mime the National Science and Maths quiz sick tune since you've been following it?
I should just mime it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Ba-na, ba-na, ba, 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 ba. Yeah.
No. Don't say yeah. Go on.
Yeah, that's it, Mama.
Maxwell, let me get you a final question. Final question,
Okay.
Maxwell. How many years
Final question.
has the current quiz mistress moderated the quiz? And I'm talking about Dr. Elsie Effa Kaufman. How many years?
14 years, Mama. 14 years, Mama.
Are you pretty confident about the figure you've given me?
I'm more than confident, Mama.
Okay. All right. Maxwell, I'll tell you if you're right or wrong, okay? But I'm not telling you right now.
Sure, I'll be waiting.
So
I'm monitoring closely from here.
What time is the first competition?
Oh, it's happening at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Okay. Just remind us of the schools again.
9 a.m. Yeah, 9 a.m. Yeah.
Remind us of the schools again.
Okay, so we have Bihako, they'll be competing, and then Bishop Herman College versus Jolo SHS, and then Agutime SHS.
Okay. All right.
And then we'll follow up with all the other contests. And remember that we'll bring you the results and then constant, updates right from here, the NAT Hall.
Okay. All right, Maxwell Agbagba, thank you very much for this update. Thank you for trying your hands on my questions. You're a very confident man, but it doesn't mean that you got it all correct, though. Here are some house rules before we begin this competition. Our friends joining us via Zoom. The house rules: put your phone in landscape mode. Put your phone in landscape mode, and then get ready to join us if you're interested. And then unmute when you are ready to speak. Okay, unmute when you are unmute when you're ready to speak, and mute when you are not speaking. I guess that's the basic rule for this. So, shall we see who we have on Zoom? Okay. All right. Good morning to all of you, but don't speak yet. If I may, I'll call your name. I'll call your name by name or identify you with your phone or anything like that. So, Kujo, please unmute and say good morning to me.
Yeah, Amavi, good morning.
Okay, good morning, Kujo. You've been following the National Science and Maths quiz, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
For some time now.
Okay, great. Which school did you go to?
Yes. For some time now, I've been following it.
Yeah, I was asking about your old school. What's the name of your secondary school?
Nkrofo Agricultural Secondary School, NAS.
Okay.
I'm in the heart of the hometown for Kwame Nkrumah.
Nice. Are you ready for your question?
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Okay.
It's a Trivia Friday, right?
Which girls' school was first to make it to the finals of the National Science and Maths quiz? Which girls' school made it to the to the finals of the National Science and Maths quiz? Not the semifinals, to the finals.
That should be. Is it not? Okay. Porter. Archbishop Porter's girls in Takrady.
Archbishop Porter's. Is this a guess or you're pretty sure?
My memory serves me. It's Porter.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for answering. We will see if you're right or you were wrong. Governor is next. Good morning, Governor. Governor, kindly unmute and say hello to me.
Hello, Mama V. Good morning.
Good morning, Governor. Thank you for Thank you for allowing me to ask you questions. But what's the name of your secondary school?
I went to Abetifi Presby Senior High School.
Abetifi Presby Senior High School. Which year is this?
I completed in 2016.
Oh, please come again. I missed it.
I completed in 2016.
Okay. So here's my question. Name the 3 schools that went to the National Science and Maths Quiz Finals in 2019. Name the 3 schools that went to the National Science and Maths Quiz in 2019.
Okay. So in 2019, the 3 schools that went to the finals are St. Augustine's College in Cape Coast, St. Peter's Senior High School in Nkwetia, and also Adisadel College in Cape Coast.
Please come again.
Okay, I said the first school is St. Augustine's College in Cape Coast, St. Peter's Boys Senior High School in Nkwetia, and Adisadel College in Cape Coast.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Pretty sure?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. Thank you for trying your hands at this.
All right.
All right. Hang in there. We'll see if you're right. Can I know who else we're talking to? Can I get a name? David. All right, David. Also, good morning to you, David. Thank you for making time. Can you hear me, David? Just on mute. David also, kindly unmute and say hello to me. Okay, David can't quite hear me. So let's move on to Michael. Michael, kindly unmute. Hello? Michael?
Hey, Mama V.
Okay, Michael, thanks for joining us. What's the name of your secondary school?
GSTS, Ghana Secondary Technical School, Takrade.
Okay, did you ever take part in the NSMQ yourself when you were in school?
No, please.
Okay, but which year did you complete?
2009.
2009. All right, are you ready for my question?
Sure, I am.
Okay. Who is the first quiz mistress to moderate the National Science and Maths Quiz? The first quiz mistress.
Mama V, let me be honest, I don't know.
Are you sure? Oh, you already said you're honest. I don't know. Okay. So you're not sure. Let me change the question, okay? What is the name of the main quiz mistress of the National Science and Maths Quiz?
So you're not sure.
You should know this one. Are you thinking about it? Charlie, I give up on you. I give up on you. Michael.
I'll try another one.
Michael, should I give up on you?
Give up on me, give up on me.
Okay, I give up on it. Let's go to Anita. Hello, Anita. Kindly unmute. Hello to you.
Hello.
Hi. Thanks for joining us. Anita, what's the name of your secondary school?
Holy Child School.
Okay, let me look for a very difficult one for you.
Hey.
No, this one is not very difficult. But which year? Which year did you finish?
Which year did I finish? 2011.
2011, okay. So no. My question is, who's the first quiz mistress to moderate the National Science and Maths Quiz? The first quiz mistress.
The first quiz mistress.
Yes, ma'am.
I think Rama. I'm not certain, but
Is somebody whispering something to you?
No.
Okay. You're not setting, but what is coming into your mind? Like, what are you thinking? What's popping up?
Adi. I'm thinking Adi.
You're thinking Adi.
Yes.
But then, the names are not coming together.
Yes.
Ah. Final answer.
I think Irama Adi.
Okay, so let me give you half the mark, okay? Because I'll give you half the mark. Because the name is the late Professor Marian Irama Adi, Professor of Biochemistry at the University of Ghana, Lagos. She was quiz mistress from 1993 to the year 2000. So the correct answer, Professor Marian Irama Adi. Okay, guys, just hang in there for me. Let's cross over and speak to my colleague. We'll come back and continue with this session. PSA is joining us live for an update. Hello, PSA.
Hello, Mama V.
Still in Comerica?
Hello, do you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm just wondering why.
Yes, of course. It's the day 2 of the showdown right here in Comerica.
What happened yesterday, and tell us what we are supposed to expect today, PSA.
So a lot happened yesterday, Mama V. I don't know if you've checked out yet, but videos and images of our very first round went viral when Agogo State College were the first to qualify for the 1/8 preliminary stage. They came here in all white suits. Signal, they tell me, means victory, according to them. They had that with very interesting designs. They beat the first 2 schools of that contest. Also, we have qualifying 3 others, Osei-Tutu SHS, KNUST SHS. They hosted and won in their own right. And finally, we had St. Hubert Seminary topping that, also joining the 3 others. So this was the most closely contested match. They went with the Sewa Kubi Ampim SHS and Asanteman SHS, a team they had already met in the regional stages. And the gap, these are interesting results. They had 37, 35, 33. That means a gap of 2 between each of them. But luckily, they won, and they say they are going to work harder to get into the 1/8 stage and, in fact, beyond that stage. For today, the set of matches that are happening right here in the heart of Ashanti are Adventist SHS Bantama versus Ejisoman SHS and SDA SHS Bekwai. The interesting dynamics with this very particular contest is that with Adventist SHS, they could not make it to that stage last year. They did not participate in the NSMQ last year. Also, Ejisoman SHS, they could not participate. But SDA SHS, they were eliminated in the 1/8 stage, and this is a preliminary stage. That means they have been a little ahead of the curve. Will that work for them? Well, only fate will decide in that manner, as well as their own preparations. In round 2, or contest 2, we have Armed Forces SHTS versus St. Monica's SHS and Sims SHS. Now, Armed Forces, they also reached the 1/8 level last year. St. Monica's, they haven't been in the National Science and Maths quiz for quite a while, but this year they've had an impressive run. Being an all-girls school, they've done very well, working all the way from the regionals, and people are hoping, they are regional favorites here, and they are hoping that they do make quite an impact within this one. Sims SHS also were disqualified or they fell out from the 1/8 stage last year. With the last match, we have Anglican SHS Kumasi, Insutaman Catholic SHS, and Edu Gemfi SHS. Now, this is a contest to watch, Mama V, because Anglican SHS last year, if you recall, they submitted 2 Form 2 boys, which is regular. Most schools submit the final year students who have had more pedigree as far as science is concerned. They submitted 2 Form 2 students, and they were unfortunately eliminated by Opokuwari in that 1/8 round. They are hoping to make their revenge mark this year. They are returning. This is one of the first times you're having candidates who went for, or contestants who went for a previous year, coming for another this year, more mature. For Insutaman Catholic SHS also, they were also eliminated at the 1/8 stage, but by a different school, that's the Adisadel College. They are hoping to make quite an impression. So we have 2 schools from the 1/8, and unfortunately one other school, Edu Gemfi SHS, who actually couldn't participate last year also. So there are very interesting dynamics here, but they will seek to prove themselves. So those are the lineup for today right here in Comerica.
And that's PSC Nanaya Alsafo, my colleague, reporting there live from Kumasi. PSA, just, I've got a question, okay? Just one last one. Can you mime the sick tune of the National Science and Maths quiz?
Hey, Mama V, your questions again. Come again? Hello?
PSA, mime the sick tune of the National Science and Maths quiz.
Yes, Mama V. Wow, that's quite interesting. Okay.
PSA did better than Maxwell Agbagba. PSA, I owe you, okay? And that's my colleague. He's in the Ashanti zone reporting on the National Science and Maths quiz. PSA, take care. Bring us more report later on. And Maxwell Agbagba, obviously, stationing the Volta and Oti zone updates on the broadcasts of the National Science and Maths quiz here on Joy News is brought to us by, of course, Joy News, your most credible news channel, and supported by Bright Senior High School in Kokrantumi, building dreams, shaping future. DBS Roofing Papa Pafi, Adonko Hand Sanitizer, Korompostro, Adonko Next Level Energy Drink, the premium energy drink. Let me tell you about this exciting event that's coming up. The Center for International Leadership in Africa and Goldfields, Ghana, present Live to Lead 2020, changing our world through leadership. Have you ever experienced something so wonderful that you wish more of your friends could share the same experience? Well, Live to Lead is a life changer when it comes to developing leadership skills to add value to people and building teams to transform your organization or business. Here's what is exciting this year. For the very first time, Live to Lead is going virtual. This means that you can participate in the leadership conference from the comfort of your home or office on your computer or smartphones. You don't want to miss this. Register today and be part of this leadership experience that will help you become a better and more impactful leader. Speakers at Live to Lead 2020 include John C. Maxwell, the #1 leadership expert and best-selling author, Steve Harvey, award-winning entertainer and businessman Kate Cole, founder, Change Revolutions and Changes of Commerce, and Chief Operating Officer of Focus Brands, Alan Mullally, President and CEO of Ford Motor Company, is also on board. New York Times best-selling author and pastor of Life Church, Alfred Baku, Executive Vice President and Head of Goldfields, West Africa. Farida Bejuwe, co-founder and Chief Technology Officer of Logisil Ghana Limited. Live to Lead is on the 9th of October 2020, with all these amazing speakers. So for ticket registration and inquiries, visit the website Live to Lead, and it's LIV2 as in the number 2 lead, LEAD.ctl-africa.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at CTL-Africa, or call this number 055 051 5391. It's 055 051 5391. You're also watching the AM show. Unfortunately, I can't go back to my quiz and our friends who joined us on Zoom, but we really appreciate your time. Thank you. When we come back, is Lamisi and the Vibes Brothers taking us all the way until we wrap up the show.